There is a version of your life where the check has already arrived. Not the check you are expecting, not the check you have earned through known labor, but the one that arrives unexpectedly. The refund that comes back larger than you projected, the settlement that resolves cleanly in your favor, the deposit notification from a source you had almost stopped thinking about. In that version of your life, you have already received it. The timeline is real, the money is there. The only variable is the distance between that timeline and the one you are currently occupying. This session is about collapsing that distance. The timeline collapse technique is not optimism dressed as strategy. It is a precise reprogramming of the identity signals you broadcast. The subtle, continuous data your nervous system sends about what you believe is available to you, what you expect to receive, and whether you are someone unexpected money finds or avoids. Those signals are more determinative than most people realize, and they can be changed. What you are about to experience is a systematic repositioning of your identity, your internal expectation, and your specific relationship with money that arrives from unexpected directions, electric, precise. Without the ambient haze of hope that most manifesting drowns in, most people treat windfall money as luck, random, unpredictable, the province of other people whose timing was right. But the people who receive unexpected money with regularity share a specific internal architecture. They believe below conscious thought that unexpected good things happen to them. They are not astonished by it. They are grateful, but not astonished, because astonishment and regularity are incompatible states, and regularity is what this session builds. Find a comfortable position, headphones recommended. This session moves directly. There is no gradual warm-up. Take one breath. Let it out slowly. The windfall protocol is active. The timeline collapse begins now. You are the kind of person that unexpected money finds, not the kind who waits for it one day, the kind it has already identified as a reliable receiver and is already moving toward through channels you cannot yet see. That identity is not being built in this session, it is being remembered. You have always had the capacity to receive. What has been variable is your belief that the arrival is imminent and normal. I am someone unexpected income flows toward. I am someone to whom refunds return, settlements resolve, and accounts credit without my active labor at the moment of arrival. I do not brace against good news. I receive it with the ease of someone who has been expecting it, not with the grip of someone afraid it will disappear. The quantum architecture of a windfall receiver is specific. A nervous system that does not flinch from abundance, that does not apologize for receiving, that does not immediately search for the catch. A system that simply opens and says, yes, I receive. Of course, that is your system, calibrated now to this frequency. Feel what it is like to receive an unexpected notification. Not a bill, a credit, not a demand from you, a return to you. Let that distinction register in your chest right now. The specific exhale that belongs to money moving toward you rather than away. Feel the particular weight of an envelope that is heavier than expected. The sound of an alert tone from an account you hadn't checked. The slight upward movement in the body when a number is larger than what you projected. These are not fantasy. These are physical states your nervous system already knows. You have experienced versions of them before. Let them be normal, not thrilling, normal. The way a paycheck is normal, the way the mail arriving is normal. Unexpected income is simply the category of money that reaches you through channels you didn't personally engineer that day. You have access to those channels, they are active, they are real, and the specific abundance they carry is already moving toward the people who have made room for it in their self-concept. You have made room. The single action required to attract windfall money is the removal of the belief that it is unlikely. That is it. Not visualization held with effort, not affirmations repeated mechanically, not elaborate scaffolding. At its foundation, the proposition is simple. The distance between you and the windfall is made entirely of resistance. And resistance, unlike circumstance, can be dissolved. What once felt like a fixed, fully legible financial system, predictable inflows, income mapped and accounted for, was always more porous than it appeared. The system has apertures, points where unexpected money enters the field, tax code provisions you qualified for but didn't pursue, settlements that proceed without your continuous attention. Overpayments corrected in your favor, the check that arrives because someone remembered a debt. These are not rare, they are constant for people who have cleared the internal static that blocks the signal. And clearing that static is not a years-long process. It is a decision reinforced by a session like this one, reinforced by a windfall inventory, reinforced by the simple practice of expecting good things from unexpected directions. You are clearing the static now. Another layer dissolves with each breath in this session. The refund has already been processed, not as a future event, as a fact in the timeline where you now reside. You have already received the notification, you have already deposited what arrived unexpectedly, and you are grateful for it now in the body, in the way that gratitude for real events feels specific, settled, and quietly certain. This is past tense manifestation, the most precise form of it available. I am grateful for the money that has already found its way to me through unexpected channels. I am grateful for the refund that returned larger than expected, for the settlement that resolved cleanly, for the check that arrived from the source I had almost released. I hold these as memories, not as wishes. The gratitude of a receiver is different in texture from the gratitude of someone still hoping. A receiver's gratitude is unhurried. It does not lean forward. It does not check the balance anxiously. It simply rests in the knowledge, I received. This is what receiving looks like for me. That is your gratitude, settled in your body now. The IRS does not issue refunds based on character assessment. Settlements do not pay out according to the recipient's level of spiritual development. Unexpected checks do not arrive only to the fully healed, the fully resolved, the fully unburdened. They arrive to people who allow them. Across all systems of unexpected financial receipt, legal settlements, tax refunds, insurance payouts, overpayment corrections, forgotten accounts, the common variable is not virtue. It is allowance. The internal act of staying in the process, not abandoning the case, not deciding in advance that the outcome will be disappointing. You do not need to be a different person to receive a windfall. You do not need to have resolved every past money wound or cleared every limiting belief before the check is allowed to arrive. You need only to hold the space internally for an unexpected, positive financial event to occur. That space is open in you right now. It has always been available. The only question was whether you believed you were permitted to occupy it. You are. You always were. And the windfalls that have been circling your field, waiting for the channel to open, they are still there. Allow yourself to see the version of you who has received it. Let your mind settle on a specific moment. 3 months from today, perhaps sooner, you are checking something routine. Email, a bank notification, the mailbox, and something is different, a number that is larger than expected. A subject line that reads, "Your refund has been processed," an envelope from an unfamiliar return address that contains something real. Let that moment register in your body. The specific physical experience of reading a number you did not manufacture, did not plan, did not labor for, in the conventional sense. It arrived through a channel you opened. It confirmed something you had already decided to believe, that unexpected money belongs in your life. Allow yourself to feel the ease of that version of you, the person who has received enough unexpected income that a new arrival is welcome rather than astonishing. The person whose financial identity now includes the quantum of the unforeseen as a reliable category. That person is not far from where you are standing. The timeline is already collapsing toward you. You are almost there. All of this has converged. You are the kind of person unexpected money finds. And the identity signal that broadcasts that fact is now active. You have felt the specific texture of receiving before the check has physically landed. You have dissolved the layer of resistance that was the only real obstacle. You have held the gratitude of a timeline where the windfall has already arrived. You have claimed the allowance that requires no virtue, only openness, and you have seen yourself in the actual moment of receipt. The timeline has collapsed. That version of you and this version of you are now close enough that the distance is negligible. The signal has been sent. The architecture is in place. The channel is open. What arrives in your financial life from unexpected directions in the coming weeks is the echo of what happened in this session, a fundamental repositioning of your identity relative to windfall money. You stopped being the person it passed by. You became the person it finds. The protocol is complete. The frequency is locked. Until next time, keep expanding. Before you return to your day, here is the one concrete action this session requires. This week, build your windfall inventory. Open a notes app or journal and write down every unexpected financial event that has ever occurred in your life, however small, however long ago. The overpayment refund, the forgotten reimbursement, the birthday check from someone who surprised you, the tax return that came back more than you filed for, the found money in an old jacket, the error corrected in your favor. Write them all, number them. This exercise does two things precisely. First, it proves to your subconscious that unexpected money is not a category foreign to your experience. It has already happened to you repeatedly. Second, it begins training your reticular activating system to actively scan for new entries. People who keep a windfall inventory receive more windfalls, not because the list summons money, but because it rewrites the internal narrative from "this doesn't happen to me" to "this keeps happening to me." For this week's community question, what is the most unexpected financial event you have ever experienced? However small, drop it in the comments. Every episode in this library is a different protocol. The library continues. Until next time, keep expanding.